guys, welcome back. I'm going to be doing the top 5 books to movies tag. This was created by Emily over at X Obsessed Reader X, and I was tagged by her. And I think just about everyone has done this tag already. I'm a little late getting started on it, but in my first attempt at filming it, I totally flubbed up and named the wrong person as the creator of the tag. So I'm refilming it, and I actually changed some of my selections, so it's kind of funny. It's taken me a while to make a decision, I guess, on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my top 5 books to movies. The first one I picked, and first I think 2, maybe 3, cheating a little bit because they aren't standalone books. That's the problem. Not a lot of books I read are standalone. So either they have to wrap up that storyline a little sooner or make multiple movies out of it. Take your pick. But the first one I picked was The Devouring by Simon Holt. This is a must-read for horror fans. This is described on the back. This was an excellent, scary book about a group known as Devourers. It says that they're evil, demonic beings that inhabit human bodies on Starry Night. And Reggie, our main character, is sort of battling them to rescue her younger brother Henry, who's stuck in like one of these nightmare worlds that they have created. There are some really amazing visual scenes in this that I think would translate very well to the big screen. Like I said, it's part of a trilogy. I have yet to read the other 2, so I don't really know how much more is going to be happening in those, but there was so much happening in this one. This book gave me nightmares, which I described in my review. But I think if they could tie up those endings a little sooner and make it in one film, it would be an awesome movie. The next one I picked is, again, the beginning of, I think it's going to be a trilogy, and book 2 is coming out very, very soon. But this is by Susan Dennard, and it's Something Strange and Deadly. And it is sort of set in Victorian era Philadelphia, but it's a steampunk kind of twist to it, and the dead are walking in Philadelphia, and it is just amazing scenes. I could just picture this, Victorian era with the parasols and the petticoats and the walking dead running around, and our main character, Eleanor Fitt, her brother has disappeared. She thinks that whoever is controlling these zombies, it's almost like, I forgot what they describe the person as. Or what the term is, but someone is somehow controlling them, almost like an army of the dead. And she thinks her brother has fallen prey to this person or these creatures, and she seeks out the help of the spirit hunters who are in the city to kind of get rid of the walking dead. I love the main character. She kind of goes against society and how they picture a woman should behave at that particular time, and she goes out and does battle, and she's swinging her parasol, attacking creatures and stuff, and fighting and trying to find out, like I said, what happens to her brother. Lots of really interesting and action scenes, and I would love to see this on a big screen. Again, since it is part of a trilogy, might make it a little bit difficult, either make it multiple movies, or if they could wrap up that ending a little bit more, you could possibly make it into one movie. The next one is part of 4-book chronicles, and this is Cinder by Marissa Mayer. And of course, it's kind of a sci-fi YA book set in New Beijing. There's like hover cars and things like that, and identi-chips and vid screens and all sorts. And our main character is Cinder. It's sort of a modern day retelling, or not a modern day, futuristic retelling of Cinderella. And in this case, Cinder is a cyborg, as you can see by the metal parts of her leg there. And I think it would be super cool to see this world with the hover cars and all that. And I want to meet these characters, Prince Kai and Queen Lavanna and Cinder. I just would love to see that. It's a world also that's devastated by nearly fatal disease, and I just want to see how all that just blends together. And of course, the whole group of people living up on the moon, the Lunars. I would just love to see that. I think it would be really, really awesome. Speaking of the moon, the next book, I just realized how that worked out. Next book is 172 Hours on the Moon, and this by Johan Harstad. Kind of sci-fi horror combination about 3 teens that win the right to accompany the astronauts on their return to the moon on the anniversary of the original lunar landing. And there's this whole conspiracy thing going on in the background. Something happened on that first trip to the moon that NASA and everybody has kept secret and hidden. And this return trip will kind of see if that's still up there that they uncovered. And also they're going to investigate kind of a space station that they secretly built up on the moon. and they want to kind of bring it into the light of the public and saying that this is a perfect opportunity to do so. There's also minerals and things like that that are uniquely located only on the moon, so it's used in all technology and stuff, and they want to kind of return there to help kind of bring back more of that element and stuff like that. But like I said, the 3 teens going up there aren't aware of all those other things. They just think they've won this trip, and NASA's also bringing the kids on board, you might say, to kind of get a new generation involved in NASA and hopefully get financial backing as the future, rolls around, so that NASA can stay vital. But yeah, there's that whole conspiracy thing, the creepiness that happens on the planet, and even back on Earth before the kids even leave. There's some really interesting things that happen to them that you learn how that's looped and tied together with the moon and whatever's up there. So this one just had some really cool images and stuff on it, and I think it'd make a really neat movie. And my final one, finally, standalone as well, is the Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and it's an adult novel. I think this will probably be on a lot of people's lists. This would just be so visually appealing with the whole black and white theme to the circus. I would love to see all the acts that are there, just to stroll through there. It's written so beautifully with the descriptions from the what the people see in the circus, to the foods and the smells that you almost could smell and taste it yourself as you're reading the book. So it creates such an image up in my head that I want to see that portrayed on the big screen. I want to see what it would look like, and with the magicians and all the things that they can do. I think it would just be an excellent, excellent movie. Maybe even something by like Tim Burton. I think it'd be really cool. So, yeah, those are my 5 picks of books to movies that I would choose. There they are. So, what are your 5 choices? Let me know down below. I'm not going to tag anybody for this video. Like I said, I think a lot of people have already done it. Definitely check out Emily's original video in the links below, and you'll see a lot of the video responses attached to that. Please, if you do your own video, link it as a video response to Emily's original video. So thanks for watching, and happy reading.